All right, Garrick, well, you're a few months into the job. Just how things have gone for you so far.
Oh, listen, it's been every day is a new day and a new challenge and something different, but it's a good different, and so it's encouraging. We had a really good spring. Our guys got after it pretty good. Went up to Page High School and scrimmaged those guys, and kudos to Coach Rathbone and those guys. They do a tremendous job up there, and they built a program that everybody around the state of Tennessee looks at and wants to be a part of. That's what you want to try to get to. That's what we want our guys to get to, and we're close. Of course, we've got to go out and handle business, take care of business, do little things, but we're definitely trending in the right direction. We feel good about it.
Yeah, you got the job back in the winter, dream job for you.
That's right.
Just when your name was called and they told you this was your job, how excited were you for this opportunity?
Well, it was jubilation. It was excitement, but it was also having a little bit of experience here and being in the community. I knew a little bit about what was to come. And so I knew it was going to be a grueling process. The off season should be, as the regular season. It's just you've got to go all the time now, and so there's no breaks, and which is a good thing because I'd much rather our guys be working out on spring break up here rather than running around doing Lord knows what, doing wherever, So, it's good, and our kids have bought in. It feels like, and we've added some new coaches. We've got some new guys on staff, and I think the kids are excited about those guys. I know I'm excited about them. I think they're going to do great things for our kids here in Lawrence County, and just look forward to everything that's going on. So.
You guys have made a lot of changes, changed some things up, did some different things in the offseason. What kind of things did you guys make a change here?
Sure, we had me and Coach Wright, who's the baseball coach, and Coach Cliff, who is the basketball coach here. We all worked together, along with Coach Lloyd, the softball, and Coach Hartsfield. We did a speed school this offseason, and we didn't have a ton of kids, but we had a lot of really good kids, and we saw improvement there, and a lot of our basketball, baseball, football guys, they came to that as well, and I think we saw a little bit of it paying off in the spring game because Page typically they've got quite a few Division I football players, and so it didn't surprise us, I guess, and so and we played fast, our kids played well, we got after them, and so those are the steps in the right direction, but they're still just steps to get to the mountaintop. So, we've got a long ways to go, and here they coming out right now. So, it's about go time for today.
You've been a head coach before. I know it was at the middle school level, so this isn't anything really. It is new in a ways, but not completely new.
Sure, it is. It's different. It's more in depth. Honestly, I mean, in middle school, I could be the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. You could have one guy who could, do a multitude of tasks, and the games are shorter, and so conditioning's not near as much as what you would think it would be for high school. And so there's definitely differences, and then also dealing with different kids. These are young men. I mean, some of these guys may be getting married here in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe having children in the next. I mean, they're getting close to being, grown men, and so we're close. We're close to getting to that point, and that's what we want to do. We want to make them better men. That's what the goal is. We want to win football games. We want to be successful. We want to do all those beautiful things. But at the end of the day, if we're not creating better men for Lawrence County, the community, for wherever they go out and whatever community they become a part of, then what are we doing? Why are we here? And so that's kind of the major difference, I guess.
We've talked before. It's been 2015 since this team has gone to the postseason. Is that something that you want to? I know making it to the postseason is where you want this team to go. Has that kind of been in the minds of yourself, the coaches, and
sure?
Your players working out here?
Those are things you talk about, I guess, but they don't ever come up in big, serious conversations because. Like today in our coaches' conversation, we're talking about today. We're talking about what all we need to get done today, tomorrow, and going into the weekend, and what we need to be ready for next week. We got a 7-on-7 up at Spring Hill next week, and so it's just there's so much going on in the moment in the next week or so. You don't, which is a great thing. I think for the kids, they're not able to see playoffs unless they sit down and get bored. They don't think about those kinds of things because we're always bam, 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 bam. We're always going. And so I think that's important for kids too. They've got to know there's obviously an end to it, but we've just been focusing on finishing every rep, finishing every play, all the way, finish, because if you don't finish, if you don't finish a rep, or if you don't finish a lift, or you don't finish a set, it's easy to just turn your head and walk off and get to the water cooler and hang out with the rest of the guys. And, you can get by and do that, and you can be okay. And, sometimes you got guys that are athletic enough that they can still compete and get out there, but you're not going to win in the fourth quarter. And so that's what we want to instill in our guys. We want them to be ready to go. When the fourth quarter comes on and that other team is dragging on the field, we want to be toting the bell cow. We want to be ringing the bells and screaming and hollering and hooping and getting wild.
You guys got a lot of guys coming back off of the last year's team that had a lot of success, and I know you're going to be relying heavily on those guys this year.
Yeah, we've got up front, listen, Taden Russell is probably one of the most complete defensive linemen we've probably had here in a long time. He's got several NAIA Division II offers. I don't think he's committed anywhere. I don't think he's done anything official or anything, but he's kind of holding out for maybe something a little bit bigger as the season goes on, hoping for a big year, and he could go do it. I mean, he's just such a tactician. We got quarterback returning, Logan Clayton. He'll be a senior. He has a lot of experience for us on offense and defense. Hey, baby, come here. and then we have. We've got several guys, skilled guys. Gage Smith will be a senior. Zacchaeus Everly will be back. Carter Pettigrew, Demetrius Silva. We've got Trey Rosari, who's got hurt last year, but we're looking forward to what he can do. Those guys in the middle on defense: Andrew Tupper, Max Taylor, DeMarcus Johnson. Cutler Garvin's come on for us really strong this spring. He's had a really good spring. Defensive line: Gage Moses. JB Hageman. Wyatt Roberson is a guy who, gets no credit for anything, but when he probably left Little Caesars working a 12-hour shift to come here to work out, and then we'll probably go work another 10-hour shift. He's just like that's the kind of kids we have, and we're just so blessed, honestly, with this senior group. I'm blessed as a head coach to be able to coach these guys my first year, and I'm just worried these guys are going to spoil me. It's almost like, these guys are so bought in, and it's, is it too good to be true? But I'm thankful for them. So thankful for them. They do such a great job.
Final question before you get to August. When you really start ramping up practice and that first game is right around the corner, where do you want to see this team before you guys get there?
Well, we've got a couple of camps we're going to in July, and so we want to try to get better at those at different things. 7-on-7 camps and a camp here local off campus, and then we've got a scrimmage game, and that'll be August the 8th. Will be and by the way, if anybody wants to come out, that we'd love to see you guys. We've got an announcer who's getting ready to go, Hale White, who's done it for a while. We look forward to what he's going to bring to the Wildcat Friday nights, and we've just got a lot of little things here and changes here and there and all that kind of stuff. And so the field may look a little bit different too. We're working on some end zone designs, and so who knows, what it'll look like come Friday. But August the 8th, I think it's August the 8th, is our first scrimmage, and that's Lewisburg. Marshall County is coming down here, and I think we talked about it last time I talked with you. That's that guy who's quarterbacking over there is Mr. Football, and so if you want to beat the best, you got to go compete against them, and that's what we want to do. We want to go try to get after him, and he might be wearing a red jersey, and that's fine, but we still want to get after him and get to him, and they do a pretty good job. They've got a really good program over there. That I think they've been to the semifinals, at least twice in the last 5 years, and so they've had a lot of success, and so we look forward to that challenge, and I think that'll be a really good measuring stick for us at that point. And of course, we'll get a lot of younger guys in. It'll be a typical scrimmage, but and then the next week we'll go to Lauderdale County for a jamboree down in Alabama. Everybody says Alabama football is so much different than Tennessee. Well, we're going to put it to the test. We're going to go down there and see what we can do, stacking up against those guys. And Coach Mason does a terrific job down there at Lauderdale County. He's been down there for several years, and is just a great guy and great for that school and that community. And so we're thankful that they're giving us the opportunity to come down there and compete with their guys. So and by that time it's game one. So it's summertime. So we'll be ready to go.